Today we're talking about the P&S Tom-Tom game. This was made in 1947. It's a pretty rare game. There's only a few known examples that exist. I don't really have the personal history on this, other than this tag here, souvenir of Myers Lake Park Penny Arcade. But other than that, I don't know really where the game came from. It looks like a skee ball game. And it's unique in that it's got a barrel in the back that's motorized that rotates around. And then you're trying to get 8 plastic skee balls, but they're only about this big, into one of the holes. If you get it into the barrel, as the barrel rotates around, it dumps it in the back, hits a buzzer, and you get the ball back. So you can see it says Tom Tom, returns the ball, plus you get 100,000 points. Everything else is kind of 10,000-ish. Lower hole, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. What's really interesting though is this bottom hole is actually a kick out. So if you actually scrub the ball and get this lowest amount, it then kicks it into the 20,000 hole. And sometimes it misses, so it does some repeat tries. So actually just scoring the lowest hole can get you at least 30,000 points, if not more, which is kind of an interesting gameplay option. The other thing that's interesting about it is that the balls load through here, and then they come to like a pinball shooter rod. So you manually have to push this to load the balls up, kind of like a pinball machine, you know, pre-1965. And then you use a standard pinball shooter rod to launch the balls up over a ski jump and into the skee ball area. Here's the back of the game. If I take the door off, you can see the mechanisms. It's not insanely complicated. These are just stepper units. This is a release, and this is an advance up. But the interesting thing is it's got a little bell right here, and every time this thing hits it or pulls in, it hits the bell to kind of give you points. This is the 100,000 unit, and then here's the bell buzzer. But the ball basically comes through here and then drains back down through. It uses a rectifier on the top of the transformer, an old selenium rectifier. But there's not a lot to this game. It's fairly easy. And one thing that's interesting, you can see here's the motorized barrel assembly. One thing that's interesting is after you start a game, or after you end the game, the barrel will keep rotating for, you know, another 30 seconds or a minute. That's because the barrel is actually set on, the power for that is set on a timer. It doesn't have a game over relay, which simplifies things from a manufacturer point of view, but you know, it's a little bit weird that you're out of balls and the barrel keeps rolling until the timer runs out. Okay, let's try a game. Put a nickel in and push the push slide in. That'll reset it and load my balls, and I have my first ball ready for a shot. Now the whole idea is to try and time your shot, try and get it into the barrel, which is harder than it seems. Time. Too hard. See, now it's in the kick out and it kicks me back to 20,000. Let's try and get it in the barrel. It's a lot harder than it seems, trust me. Pretty unsuccessful at the whole barrel thing. Oh man, it takes a touch to really get it to go in the barrel. Last ball, got 40,000 on that one. So my final score is 260,000. Not bad, not great, but notice the barrel is still running, and it'll continue to do that until the timer times it out, which will happen in about 30 seconds or a minute. So that's the P&S Machine Company Tom-Tom game. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please check out my other videos and also my webpage at pinrepair.com.